Imagine living in a world where the person who was supposed to protect you was the one who terrorized you. A man who walked among us for years, posing as a trustworthy police officer, while hiding a dark and sinister secret. This is the chilling story of the Golden State Killer, a case that baffled investigators for over 40 years, until modern science uncovered the truth. Buckle up, because the story you're about to hear is nothing like you've ever experienced. In the 1970s and 80s, California was home to a predator who seemed to be everywhere and nowhere at the same time. He was known by many names: the East Area Rapist, the Visalia Ransacker, and the original Night Stalker. But to the public, he was an invisible ghost terrorizing small communities from Sacramento to Southern California. For over a decade, this mysterious criminal broke into homes, committed violent acts, and left behind nothing but fear. His victims were chosen at random, and his attacks seemed to come from nowhere, leaving people in constant fear, wondering if they were next. Authorities were desperate. Thousands of leads, hundreds of interviews, but the killer remained elusive. He was methodical, careful, and always one step ahead. His victims never knew his face, and neither did the police. By the 1980s, the case had gone cold, and the Golden State Killer became just another unsolved mystery, another name in a long list of what-ifs. But what if the answers were hidden in plain sight? Fast forward to 2018, and this is where the story takes a jaw-dropping turn. In an age where technology and science seemed to be advancing faster than ever, the Golden State Killer was finally caught. Not by traditional police work, but by a breakthrough in genetic genealogy. Using public DNA databases, investigators were able to trace distant relatives of the killer, piecing together a family tree that eventually led them to a man named Joseph James DeAngelo, a former police officer. It turns out the man who had once sworn an oath to protect and serve was the same person who had haunted California for years. When police arrested Joseph DeAngelo in 2018, the world was shocked. How could a man with such a clean public life, working as a police officer, raising a family, be the same person responsible for such unspeakable horrors? It seemed impossible, yet the evidence was irrefutable. DNA from crime scenes matched his, and the unthinkable truth was revealed. The world watched in disbelief as a man who had been living among us, under the radar, living a normal life, was revealed as one of the most notorious serial killers in American history. But this story isn't just about a man who got away with murder for too long. It's about the victims, the survivors and their families, and the decades of unanswered questions they had. It's about the evolution of crime solving, and how modern science is now able to bring justice to cases that seemed hopeless. The Golden State Killer case became a landmark moment in criminal justice. It wasn't just solved with traditional police work. It was solved because of the incredible potential of genetic genealogy, a technology that's now being used to crack other cold cases, one breakthrough at a time. So, what can we learn from the story of the Golden State Killer? It's a reminder that justice can come, even if it takes decades. It's a reminder that science and technology continue to change the world. And sometimes, the truth is just waiting for the right moment to be uncovered. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Do you believe technology has changed the way we look at crime forever? And if you're as fascinated by cold cases as we are, make sure to subscribe for more stories like this on Stephen's Tales.